think Erika Kirk had anything to do with the husband's death?
Charlie and I have always been very clear on our stance. Israel, Jewish people.
How much longer does Israel let us stay alive, do you think? That's the big question.
Why were they...
What did you say? Is that AI?
What are you saying?
That's Sora?
Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do.
Erika Kirk is spiraling right now, and it's getting loud. She's even hinting at canceling Theo Vaughn, one of the biggest podcast voices out there. Why? Because Theo stepped into territory most people avoid and started connecting dots people usually leave alone. According to online chatter, he brought up alleged links between Erika and that blue and white state, tying it into theories about Charlie's death. That's where things got tense. When Rusky joked about Erika's appearance and questioned her public image, she stayed quiet. No reaction, no pushback. Comedy doesn't hit the same when it stays surface level. But this time felt different. Theo didn't joke around it. He addressed what some people have been whispering about, and that changed the tone completely. Now the situation looks like it's escalating fast. Reports circulating online claim Erika and Turning Point may be pushing back hard, with talk of a coordinated effort to challenge Theo's credibility before the narrative spreads further. None of this is confirmed, but the noise is getting louder by the day. What's making this even bigger? Candace Owens has stepped in, showing support for Theo and warning that more claims and discussions could be coming soon. People are watching closely now because this situation is no longer quiet. It's turning into a full-blown public clash.
Letting fucking politicians slurp on kids. All of our fucking money goes to Israel and they're using it to fucking genocide people. It's like everybody is scared out of their wits right now. It's like our religious leaders are afraid to speak out, and it's like it's a time where it's like Satan is amongst us.
Theo Vaughn just shook the table with a wild moment on his podcast while sitting across from Jake Paul, and the energy shifted instantly. What started like a normal conversation flipped into something way more intense in seconds. Out of nowhere, Theo locked eyes with Jake and hit him with a question that felt loaded, like it had way more behind it than anyone expected. You could feel the tension rise right there on the spot. Theo leaned in, stared Jake straight in the face, and asked,
"Do you think Erika Kirk had anything to do with the husband's death?"
Now watch Jake Paul's body language closely. It switched up fast. The second that question hit, his whole vibe changed. He started shifting around in his seat, looking uncomfortable, like he got caught off guard. You can see the nerves kick in. He's sweating, stumbling over his words, and then he grabs the Listerine and starts swigging it just to buy himself a few seconds. That reaction didn't look casual at all. It looked like pressure hit instantly.
Let's switch it up. And that's mouthwash, you know, but yeah, keep having some. Do you
I love Listerine, bro.
It's a good stuff. That's a new Listerine green apple.
Bro,
you're funny,
dude. I don't know if you can ask that
You're pretty
question.
funny. Okay.
I don't know. I'll talk about a lot of things, but I don't think I'll talk about Charlie Kirk and his assassination.
But really think about this for a second. If someone asks you whether a widow had anything to do with her husband's death and you truly believe she's innocent, the answer comes out fast. No hesitation, no confusion, just a clear no. You don't freeze up, you don't dodge, and you definitely don't start scrambling for time. That's what makes this moment stand out. Theo didn't even ask Jake to explain what happened or name anyone responsible. He kept it simple, just asked if Jake thinks Erika was involved. That's a direct question. So why the hesitation? Why the shift in energy? Jake Paul built his whole image on being loud, confident, and never backing down from anything. But the second this topic came up, everything changed. The confidence dropped, the words got shaky, and suddenly he didn't want to go there at all. It leaves people questioning what's behind that reaction. Was it nerves, pressure, or just not wanting to step into something bigger than expected? Whatever it was, that moment didn't go unnoticed, and people are definitely talking about it. And this leads straight into another moment Theo Vaughn brought up during his recent sit-down on Joe Rogan's show, and things got just as tense.
I'm Jewish. I just found it out. Like, I knew my mom's side of the family was Jewish, but she never, like, said that, like, yeah, you're actually Jews, and then I verified it. Yeah. And it's crazy.
Once again, Theo came in unfiltered, saying exactly what was on his mind without holding back. Meanwhile, Joe's reaction told its own story. The vibe shifted. He looked uneasy, and it felt like he was trying to steer the conversation somewhere else real quick. That contrast stood out heavy. One person leaning in, the other pulling away fast. Check out this clip closely because Joe's reaction is hard to miss. The second Theo brings it up, Joe starts acting like he has no idea what's even being said, almost playing confused on purpose. It comes off like he's trying to distance himself fast, brushing it off instead of engaging with it head on. It felt like the conversation took a sharp turn real fast. And this is where things really started to boil over. It wasn't Rusky joking about her appearance or that dramatic walkout at Charlie's memorial with fireworks going off. That kind of stuff didn't seem to matter to her at all. Public jokes and surface-level shots? That's not what gets a reaction. What actually hit a nerve, according to online conversations, is when people started digging deeper and trying to connect bigger claims. That's where the tone changed fast. Theo pointed toward that blue and white state, brought up serious questions, and even asked Jake Paul directly what he thought about Erika's possible involvement. Then he carried that same energy onto Joe Rogan's platform and pushed into topics that clearly made things uncomfortable. That's when people say the pressure spiked, the reactions, the tension, the sudden shifts, it all started stacking up. And now there's talk spreading online that Erika is pushing back hard, even threatening to cancel Theo and shut things down before it grows bigger. There are also circulating reports claiming that Erika and Turning Point may have responded quickly after those clips went viral, with allegations of coordinated efforts to challenge Theo's credibility. Some posts even suggest bots and real accounts flooding timelines with claims to shift the narrative, but none of that has been confirmed. Still, the situation is escalating fast, and more people are paying attention every second. The goal, at least based on what people are saying online, seems to be to discredit Theo before more eyes start asking the same questions. And the angle they're pushing? It's getting very specific and very targeted. Now, there are posts circulating that focus on Theo's connection to Candace Owens, trying to paint a picture that she's the one influencing everything he's been saying. These accounts are claiming she's feeding him ideas about Charlie's death, turning it into something bigger than just a podcast conversation. One account even reposted a photo of Candace from Theo's Instagram and wrote, "Well, now we know where Theo Vaughn is getting all of his talking points from Candace Owens. I like Theo Vaughn, but he has been acting really paranoid lately, taking shots at Erika Kirk and spewing some of the same talking points as Candace." That message started spreading fast. Then another post followed up using the same image saying, "Well, turns out Theo Vaughn is basically one of Candace's neighbors. He was just hanging out with her yesterday. I guess she's been brainwashing Theo while George is away." That added even more noise to the situation. And it didn't stop there. Another account shared the same photo again and wrote, "So Theo Vaughn went on Joe Rogan and expressed frustrations about how the world is controlled by Satanists." Now the narrative is getting pushed in multiple directions at once, and it's turning into a full online storm. We're giving all our money to Israel, and everything is doom and gloom. Then, a week later, Theo posts a picture saying he's grateful for friends like Candace. And just like that, people start saying, "See, it all makes sense now. Choose your friends wisely." that's the narrative being pushed hard right now. According to that angle, Theo isn't speaking for himself at all. They're trying to paint him as a puppet, saying Candace is in his ear, feeding him ideas, and that none of what he's saying should be taken seriously.
Is so especially effective when you hear Theo Vaughn speak, because he isn't an expert, because he's not trying to be a genius, and it really is coming from his heart. And he shared some choice words regarding Israel and the war that's happening. Like, I love Theo Vaughn for that, and you can just hear the sincerity in his voice versus the propaganda that they're giving us. I feel the same way. I don't know how people can look at what they did in Gaza and believe that that's godly, that it's prophecy, that it is anything but exactly what Theo says, that it just feels satanic. Why we're not allowed to have perspectives, why we're not allowed to have jobs, why we have to be harassed, why our advertisers have to be called, why we have to be censored from YouTube, why they have to smear us and libel us. And like I said, bravery inspires bravery, and truth is going to win.
The whole thing gets framed as just another conspiracy from two people who supposedly have an issue with Erika. That's the spin being pushed everywhere. But here's where things start to stand out. Going after the person saying something isn't the same as answering what they actually said. Instead of responding to the claims or clearing anything up, the focus shifts to discrediting and distracting. There's no direct response to the bigger questions people are raising. No clear explanation about Charlie, no clarity on the blue and white state claims, and no real breakdown of those tense moments with Jake Paul or Joe Rogan. Instead, it's all getting brushed off while labels get thrown around. And here's the twist. People are starting to notice that shift. That strategy isn't landing the same way anymore.
Oh, darling? Wow, this is a good table. I like that table. You're doing well, right? Okay. I think you should sue him, but, I told her, you ought to sue somebody. They're so jealous of Erika. I said, you ought to sue their... I can say you're not allowed to say this. You have to be nicer. Sue their ass off.
Meanwhile, Candace addressed the situation on her show and stood firmly behind Theo, backing him up completely and adding even more attention to everything unfolding. And then Candace also stepped in to address Trump's comments about the whole situation, and she didn't hold back at all.
It's all of the Israelis. Sue! If your feelings are hurt, sue! Sue! That's like, I think, Ben Shapiro to the show. She should sue her! Sue them. Sue them. Everybody's just jealous of you. It's like, there's something that's just so middle school about this. It's, no, we want to know who killed Charlie Kirk. So could you park aside the lawyers and get information for us, Trump? No, you can't do that, can you?
When Trump suggested that Erika should start suing people, Candace's response was basically, bring it on, making it clear she's not backing down from any pressure. This all comes right after that Rusky skit went viral, when Trump reportedly noticed Erika sitting in the audience during an Easter lunch at the White House. He pointed her out and encouraged her to take legal action, saying people are only coming after her because they're jealous. But Candace didn't let that slide for even a second, and her response hit hard. She came back with confidence and made it clear she's not intimidated at all, turning the pressure right back around. A lot of people looking into Charlie's death say they wouldn't run from a lawsuit. They'd actually welcome it. And the reason comes down to one powerful word: discovery. For anyone who doesn't know, discovery is where things get real in court. Both sides are required to hand over evidence, documents, emails, financial records, internal messages. Everything gets put on the table. There's no hiding once that process starts. That's why some are saying a lawsuit wouldn't silence anyone like Candace or Theo. It could actually open the door to more information coming out. It would force all sides involved, including Erika and Turning Point, to respond and provide whatever records are legally required. And this is where the online narrative heats up again. Some claim that instead of going down that legal road, there are efforts to control the story through social media. Talk of bots, coordinated posts, and smear campaigns spreading fast. None of that is confirmed, but it shows just how intense this situation has become.